Africa is home to numerous animal species which can pose unexpected dangers. In this captivating journey, we will explore 30 remarkable animal encounters in Africa, where the beauty and danger of its diverse wildlife collide. Standing across the stream of water, the famously called Black Death of Africa, and these tourists are getting a little too close for comfort for this animal. It seems on edge and gives everyone a deadly stare as the boat moves.
But obviously he would stop by the edge of the water and wouldn't actually try to.
We got with the grass hanging out.
Oh, cool.
It hops into the water and approaches the boat. People on board are unaware of its intentions. Suddenly, it strikes the boat with its sharp horns, sending a lady flying.
Oh, wow. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Look how fast he's going. Oh, no!
There is a reason the locals call it the Black Death in the first place. A large group of rhinos can be seen grazing right in front of the safari car. Initially, they appear calm and collected, but tension quickly rises as the car begins to move forward. The ranger sitting at the front gets the best experience.
One's clearly triggered. The male wants to protect.
As they start to leave, the rhino perceives them as a threat and charges, coming dangerously close to the car. Fortunately, the animal missed them. Otherwise, there would have been a massive hole where that person was sitting. Here's a frightening encounter. The ranger at the front nearly jumped out of the car when 2 elephants emerged from the bushes. Much closer than anticipated, one of them almost collided with the car. The young bull swiftly moved away to the other side as soon as it arrived. The people got the shots they were likely seeking, while the ranger probably experienced an unexpected mini heart attack. However, it's worth noting that this was a young bull, and if it had been fully grown, the situation could have been quite different. The belief that elephants can't see you when you don't move is a misconception. In reality, these people could be in serious trouble if they make loud noises. The large bull elephant drags his body along the side of the car and scratches himself. You can visibly see the amount of panic in the faces of these people as the animal nudges the car softly from the back. Anything could happen as these animals take only seconds to react, and these people know better than to make a single noise. The longer it stays around, the more comfortable the animal starts to get, and it brushes 2 of the occupants away from their seats. The quick thinking of the ranger makes it go away, but things could have been worse. Similarly, all the large animals in Africa, like this hippo, mean business when you invade their comfort zone and disturb them. This 4-ton monster immediately charges at the safari car as soon as it locks eyes with it, making for quite a spectacle.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh. Oh, my.
It aggressively chases the car, not letting up until it slips and falls because of a muddy patch on the road. It would have probably gotten closer if it weren't for that patch and if its momentum wasn't broken.
Oh, my God.
With its massive molar, it likely was already irritated by the disturbance, adding to its anger. Laughing and making loud noises near any animal can startle it. However, instead of running away, rhinos often approach as this one did. The animal stopped briefly, but then moved to the other side and began hitting the car.
Back off! Back off!
Initially, the ranger backed up and scared the animal away, but that proved insufficient as it returned for a second attempt to confront the vehicle. All the while, everyone who was being loud now stays completely silent. After a while, the rhino finally retreats and wobbles its way back as the driver keeps his foot on the pedal, using the car noise to scare the rhino. Messing with a rhino can lead to a painful encounter with its big, pointy horn. Cheetahs are always fun to be around and often make the most memorable moments on safaris, as these guys experienced. One of them sits in the back of the car as a photographer takes a really good close-up shot. The young cat climbs into the car and gets closer to the cameraman, almost asking for a better picture. The cameraman backs down for his safety, but still manages to get a few shots of the magnificent animal.
We're gonna get the video of the Faces of Death Part 4.
The only thing left for him to do was pet it, because they are just adorable, yet dangerous creatures. This rhino means business. Even though it might be looking forward, all its other senses are locked onto the car driving behind it, prompting it to charge as a precautionary measure. Seeking shade under the truck, this lioness lies down in the vehicle's shadow to cool off for the day. Suddenly, a cautious male lion roars, shaking the camera person to their core. He doesn't like the lioness being so close to a potential danger. It begins to investigate and follows the lioness to the other car, where she begins to lie down. The people poking out from the top trigger the lion again, making him roar and scare the people back down. The people at the top still poke their heads out. The lion is not having any of it. It gave another stern warning. This time, even the lioness got up and started walking away. Testing the king of the jungle like this is not advisable, as he could easily strike if he chose to. Lying back on his little kayak, this guy was having the time of his life as the guides took him along the narrow creek of the savannah. Everything was peaceful and serene at this moment for everyone, but in the wild savannah, such tranquility rarely lasts long.
And here we are at the Okavango Delta, floating.
Their time was disturbed when a hulking hippo set towards them as it jumped in the water. It hopped over to them as the guides tried to scare it away using sticks and bashing them everywhere. Lucky for them, it worked. These animals don't always tend to back off when you try to make them, but they got a very lucky break. Elephants, on the other hand, can be both dangerous and surprisingly calm, making them quite unpredictable. Take this one, for instance, which initially got very close, but then displayed anger and aggression. The ranger attempts to push the animal back by moving the car, but it turns out to be a mistake. The elephant retaliates further by striking its tusks against the car. The driver makes the right decision and drives away before the situation escalates further.
Hey, hey! Okay. Hold on, Sarah. Hold on.
This proves the unpredictability of elephants and how quick thinking is essential for safely navigating such encounters. On the other end of the spectrum, cheetahs are very chill animals who probably come the closest to being a big house cat. An entire family sits on this safari car as people see them in full glory. Even when people begin to poke out, they don't mind them being this close to them. They get their most awaited shots, and the mother cheetah stays at the top. Here are some of the shots these guys got to take up close and personal with these cheetah cubs and their mother. A true mark of a skilled safari guide is their ability to stop a charging, angry elephant with their bare hands, ensuring the safety of their group.
Oh, God. Oh!
He keeps the animal at bay, and they both have a very intimidating standoff with each other. It becomes a battle of wills, with the guide and the elephant displaying determination. However, it appears that the elephant is losing this intense confrontation. Ultimately, the animal retreats, and the safari guide saves all lives, including the elephant's, as he chooses not to use his gun. If you have a professional with you like this ranger, there is probably nothing you need to worry about during the safari. This safari car stops in the middle of the trail to observe a few elephants crossing the road. As soon as the animals come out into the open and spot the car, things become very intense as a bull approaches the car. The elephant starts snooping around with its trunk, and the ranger sitting at the front has an experience that might have made him reconsider his job choice. The elephant thoroughly inspects him from knee to head. As if the first encounter wasn't enough, the animal begins a second time, touching and smelling the ranger again, but with significantly less excitement. Things only get worse for the poor ranger as the elephant starts on top of him with its tusks almost sitting in his lap. That's a very dangerous situation to be in. Eventually, the animal moves on, and now the ranger can finally breathe a sigh of relief as the animal leaves them, and especially him, alone. If you were in the ranger's place, would you have been able to stay still? A formidable creature appearing like a tank is charging towards a safari car. In slow motion, you can truly appreciate the lethal build of this animal, designed to confront any potential opponent. The rhino retreats into the large, tall bush, only to come out from the other side and begin its charge once more. It follows the car for a while, but then hits the brake as it successfully drives the danger away. Unlike the elephant, if these individuals had stopped, their car would likely have sustained damage or even a hole. Seeing these people sitting in their car like this elephant begins to get agitated as it flops its ears, twists its trunk, and slides its huge body around, seeing how angry it is for them getting this close.
Hey, you good? Hey.
As they drive off, the elephant follows them from afar. The chase momentarily pauses, and so does the elephant, allowing the car to face the other direction for a forward drive. However, it resumes as soon as the vehicle starts moving again.
Can we get out of here?
This incident could support the theory that standing your ground on an elephant can be an effective deterrent. Another giant animal you need to watch out for is the giraffe. While these animals may appear more peaceful than elephants, this individual mistakenly assumed they were tamed rather than wild. The animal walks beside him, allowing him to capture the full size of this creature as it strolls along, only a few feet away. Suddenly, the animal starts getting closer and closer. Before the person realizes it, the giraffe swings its head down like a whip, hitting him and knocking his camera out of his hands, sending it flying across the bush. He picks the camera up and takes off immediately before the animal can start using its legs. Let this serve as a lesson for everyone to treat wild animals as what they are, wild, and not as pets. These people continue down the trail and unexpectedly encounter an elephant stampede charging towards them at full speed.
Ja, steeds as 'n pad is slumming lobby on this road where
One of the elephants gives them a subtle warning to back off before retreating into the bush with its family. The elephant returns from the side and charges the car with its head down and ears spread wide. It returns to let these people know she means business and will not tolerate compromises. After a brief pause, the animal returns once more, attempting to intimidate the people. Shortly after, the rest of its family, which had been left behind, arrives from the other side. Being escorted by the herd, the car finally starts moving and slowly drives away as the elephants see it off to ensure they don't come back. When you see an elephant coming at you in this pose, just know you might be in trouble. With its tusks flared up high, this elephant slowly approaches the people. The animal approaches with each step, and when it gets too close, the ranger begins yelling and walks up to it to scare it off. He manages to stop the elephant dead in its tracks and keeps it from attacking them.
Hey! Hey!
A giant male elephant walks up to the side of this safari tour car as people look at it with amazement and anxiety.
Are you going to give us a walk by, mister? Wait, no, a few more fruits there.
As soon as it approaches the car, the elephant stops beside it and gets up close and personal with the new guests.
Wow, look at this. Hello, mister.
Confused about what it should do, the bull inspects the car with its tusks and trunk. Having completed his observation, the animal walks away with boastful strides and leaves everyone alone.
Wow.
Wow.
Similar to elephants, giraffes can also give chase when provoked by people getting too close. In this instance, these individuals make a run for it as the giraffe follows closely, stomping in pursuit.
Maybe now is the point to radio fire.
The incredible footage was captured by Rainer Schlimm during a recent trip to South Africa.
The animal overtakes the car as they are not fast enough and cuts them off, stopping them in their tracks.
Wow!
The damage on the vehicle can be seen as they inspect the car afterward. It is laden with dents, and the side mirror is also missing. When an elephant mother is with her calf, it can be the most dangerous situation, as her sole focus is to protect it. However, in this case, this older female elephant behaves differently. She brings her calf over, and they start interacting with the people.
Hello, Becky. What?
The mother backs away, while the calf has a good time with the ranger. This might indeed be the calf's first interaction with humans in this manner.
Hello, baby.
Later, the calf returns to its mother, who patiently waits for her offspring to have fun with the humans. She doesn't appear to mind the interaction at all.
Natural instinct for female elephant, or is she just really nice?
He's gonna push the tree. Look, he wants to push.
Oh my
He
gosh.
wants to push the tree.
These people also came across a surprisingly friendly animal that was playfully bouncing around despite its large size when they approached. This Cape buffalo seems to be a very happy cow today. The calf goes around the little pond with the people and begins to showboat in front of them once more, almost as if it wants them to stick around and watch it perform tricks. As the humans keep moving, the friendly animal continues to follow them, clearly not wanting them to leave yet. Cheetahs often offer some of the best interactions with people, as demonstrated by this one, showcasing how tame they can appear while remaining wild animals. It approaches the vehicle and gazes directly at the people, sniffing them like a house cat. In a surprising twist, the cheetah jumps into the car's back seat with the tourist beside it. The cheetah proceeds to sniff around. Later, the cheetah jumps out and climbs onto the hood of the car to get a closer look at the people inside. If a massive beast were coming your way in this rainy setting, would you be in a state of panic, or would you remain mesmerized by its presence? The giant animal strolls closer and closer and is probably too tired to interact with anyone. The animal gracefully moves its head with each stride as it walks past the people, patiently waiting for it to clear the road. These children got to experience something unique at such a young age. Loading a wild animal onto this truck for relocation, these individuals have their hands full with an enraged rhino. It takes significant effort and struggle before the rhino can be successfully loaded onto the trailer. It pushes the poor rangers out with its massive head. They finally get underway, and with an aggressive, blindfolded animal like this, they must proceed quickly and efficiently. The mother and calf are finally released back into the wild, but the mother doesn't charge at everything she sees in front of herself, unlike before. These people spotted 2 elephants walking down the road, causing a traffic jam. They got out of their cars and attempted to distract the animals to clear the road, but their efforts agitated the elephants further. They clap, make noise, and gather around in large numbers. This agitates the elephants, with the bull adopting a charge stance, ears spread wide and flopping around. In response, the people start running to avoid them.
Look at this, John. Run, Forrest! Run!
From a distance and within the bushes, these people are being stalked by a beautiful black-maned lion. It is slowly closing the gap, its eyes locked on them. Suddenly it bolts towards them, leaving them with no option but to fire warning shots at the animal to scare it away. Thankfully, it stops just in time, preventing any harm to anyone, including itself. The chase doesn't end there, with the people who are vulnerable on foot resuming their run as the lion pursues them closely. They continue firing shots at the animal, and finally the lion stops and roars, asserting its dominance and reminding them who is king of the jungle. Giraffes are also not always on the green list, as they can lose their temper when they perceive people as threats. In this instance, one giraffe walks onto the road and approaches a car, leaving people in awe as they watch it. The giraffe goes up to each car one by one, inspecting and checking them out individually, perhaps in search of food or out of curiosity. The lion whisperer stands outside of the car as tourists have the experience of a lifetime with a male lion climbing onto their vehicle and attempting to bite it wherever it can. As soon as he backs down, he signals them to drive back and away before the lion gets any more smart ideas.
Just keep going. Nice.
As the car drives away, more lions show up and attempt to chase down the fleeing vehicle, kicking up dust in the air. In contrast, the lion whisperer remains behind, casually treating the animals as if they are his household pets.